Hey guys, 4Paws here and welcome to my top lane tank Annie guide. I personally believe top lane Annie is really strong, but currently not too well known. In the lane phase she is a bully who can dominate most top laners, and in the late game she transitions into a CC machine that outputs a nice amount of damage and is seriously hard to kill. After hitting 40% cooldown reduction, your Molten Shield will only have a 1 second downtime, so this means you'll constantly have 60 armor and magic resistance for free on top of the 4-mail effect. And also, thanks to that 40% CDR, you'll be able to rotate Annie's passive Pyromania multiple times in a teamfight, thus constantly disrupting the enemy team. I think she's the new Ryze with just a bit less damage, and I'll be surprised if we don't see her played at a competitive level anytime soon. So as you come into the early game, abuse how strong Disintegrate is. Annie's Q makes last hitting super easy as it will refund all the mana cost and half its cooldown when it last hits. Couple her Q with a flask and potion start, alongside taking the Feast Mastery point, and Annie suddenly has a surprising amount of sustain for the lane phase. Depending on the matchup, you can also choose to bully your opponent through use of Annie's insane attack range, and pressuring them by just having your stun available. Always try to play from Annie's max range, and you should have the edge on almost every lane opponent. Don't forget that Annie does lose pressure while her stun is not up, so don't play too greedy when you have no stacks on Pyromania, as this is when you're most vulnerable to counter trades or being ganked. As mid game rolls around, put Annie's huge roam potential to use and start going to other lanes. Teleporting bot lane with a Tibbers stun combo can be deadly and easily secure a dragon or a tower for your team. Just keep in mind that Annie transitions into a tank later into the game, so don't expect to go bot at level 6 and have no threat to dying to burst. Unfortunately, in some games it is very hard to pull off a roam, and in these cases just stick to your lane phase. You scale insanely with your itemization, so keep grabbing that creep score and boosting up your gold. Now late game is where Annie really shines. Your Rod of Ages and tier will be fully stacked, alongside your 40% cooldown reduction cap should be reached. Begin grouping with your team and playing similar to how you did in the mid game, however position more aggressively. A lot of people will underestimate or simply not understand Annie's Molten Shield, so it's very common that enemies will soak their abilities into you as they're naive and think they can nuke you down. Punish them with constant stuns from your passive and hold them still while your carry slap them about. So 3 quick tips for playing Annie. First, learn how to optimally use Tibbers. He's amazing for taking dragons, tanking turrets, blocking skill shots, and overall a total bro. When possible, try not to let him die, as Annie's ultimate begins when Tibbers is summoned. Thus you can reach an insane uptime on Tibbers, and with max cooldown reduction he'll only be gone for around 15 seconds. Remember to keep up your Molten Shield. With the build path of Tier and Rod of Ages you have no excuse to not have it up, as you have a huge mana pool and the ability only costs 20 mana. If you think you might accidentally forget to refresh the shield, just pretend you're a Cassiopeia main and spam the E key throughout the teamfights. And finally, focus on mastering your positioning. To get the most value out of an Incinerate stun, you need to be picking good angles during teamfights and skirmishes. Managing to stun multiple enemies 2 or more times due to good positioning can easily win a teamfight, so keep practicing guys. So that concludes my tank Annie guide. This end slate graphic shows my suggestion for when you play Annie, but obviously feel free to implement your own playstyle into your setup. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like down below, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for future content. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in my next video.